السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين ما بعد. I welcome you all back to the class of Qisas Nabiyeen, and we are in the story of Musa alayhi salam. So now finally غرق فرعون, the drowning of Firawn. So finally Firawn gets drowned. ورأى فرعون كيف سار بنو إسرائيل وعبروا البحر آمنين. And Firawn saw how the Banu Israel traveled, وعبروا, and crossed the sea آمنين, safely. آمنين is hal. It goes back to the wow. عبروا البحر آمنين, safely. So Firawn saw that they were traveling safely through the river. فقال فرعون لجنوده انظروا إلى البحر كيف انفلق توعا لأمري حتى آخذ هؤلاء الفارين. And Firawn now wanted to twist, and he said to his army, انظروا إلى البحر, look at the sea. Right? He said, this is my doing. Look at the sea. كيف انفلق توعا, how it's split. انفلق ينفلق. توعا is like a mountain, I guess. توعا. توعا. انفلق. Voluntary. Oh yeah, tame. طوعا يعني تعاتا, voluntarily. لأمري, following my command. لأمري حتى آخذ, so that I can catch, I can seize. آخذ يؤخذ. So أخذ يأخذ آخذ, to take, so that I can take or arrest these فارين, these people who have run. فر يفر, the small file is فارٌ, and فارون became فارين. So that I can catch these people who fled away. تقدم فرعون بجنوده فجزع بنو إسرائيل مرة أخرى. And تقدم فرعون, so Firawn moved forward and with his army. فجزع بنو إسرائيل, and Banu Israel were again, they were جزيع, جزيع. They were again alarmed. Banu Israel were again alarmed, like, okay, we crossed the river, but Firawn is also now following. مرة أخرى. ها هو العدو, ها هو الظالم يريد أن يعبر الطريق إلينا. This is the enemy. ها هو is the way of saying, here is the enemy, here is ظالم, the oppressor. يريد أن يعبر الطريق إلينا. He wants to يعبر, cross the way to us. ولا يمنعه منا شيئا, and there's nothing to prevent from us anything. وسيلحقه ويأخذنا, and he will meet us, I mean he will catch up to us. لحق يلحق ويأخذنا, and he will take us, arrest us إلى مصر, to Egypt. مأسورين أذلاء أو يقتلنا. أسر ياسر, to as slaves. مأسور, that means enslaved. No, sorry. Yeah, enslaved. Asir is a slave, no? As a captive, yeah, a captive, not a slave, captive. As a captive, أذلاء, humiliated. أو يقتلنا, or he will kill us. في هذه البرية غرباء. In this bariya, in this land, in this creation, bariya is wilderness, land. غرباء, as strangers. غرباء. في هذه البرية غرباء. As strangers, as outsiders. So he'll make us, foreigners in our own land. In our own land, he'll make us treat as if we are outsiders. وأراد موسى أن يضرب بعصاه البر فيعود بحرا. وأراد موسى أن يضرب بعصاه البر. So Musa wanted to hit with a stick البر, the land. فيعود بحرا, so it will return as a sea. كما كان ولكن أوحى الله إليه, but Allah revealed to him. utrukil bahra sakinan innahum jundum mughraqun. So Musa alayhi salam wanted to stop. So Firawn is entering, right? He was about to enter. So Musa alayhi salam wanted to hit again so that the water will fall so that they don't enter. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to him, utrukil bahra sakinan, leave the river as it is. Innahum jundum mughraqun. So let them enter and they are to be drowned. They are an army which is to be drowned. So the whole army is entering now in the pathway of between the river, and then the water will fall in between. ولما وصل فرعون وجنوده إلى عرض البحر وهو بر انطبق عليهم. And when Firawn and his army reached the عرض البحر, عرض البحر, the sea view. عرض is to view, وهو بر, while it was a land. عرض, or the width of the bar. Ard also means width, arduha, width. So maybe when they reached half of it or something, the width. So when they reached half of it, وهو بر, while it was a land, انطبق عليهم, انطبق it, انطبق it, انطبق has to apply. انطبق عليهم, it came about. So the root letter is طبخا, and this is form 7, right? انفعل ينفعل. طبق يطبق is to cover up. Form 7 from this is to apply, to fit, suit, be true, to apply, compatible with. انطبق عليهم, it suited them maybe. Correspond, confirm, agree. انطبق is to agree. ولما رأى فرعون الجد زالت سكرته. And when Firawn saw the jid, it fell upon him. Jid, I mean, in tabaqa maybe. This thing. Jid, this seriousness, earnestness, eagerness, jid. So when saw this matter, serious matter, zalat sakadatuhu, his intoxication went away. That is, his madness went away. Sakara. His drunkenness went away. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق قال آمنت أنه لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل وأنا من المسلمين. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق, when drowning reached him. غرق, drowning reached him. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق قال. This is in Yunus 1090. حتى إذا أدركه الغرق, drowning overtook him. قال آمنت, I believe, أنه, that there is, لا إله إلا الذي آمنت به بنو إسرائيل, there's no God except the one in whom Banu Israel believed. وأنا من المسلمين, and I am from the believers. وأنا من المسلمين, I am from the Muslims. ولكن هيهات, I mean, هيهات means بعودة, far away. ليست التوبة للذين يعملون السيئات حتى إذا حضر أحدهم الموت قال إني تبت الآن. But Allah has already said ليست التوبة, how far away. I mean, the tawbah is not for those who يعملون السيئات, who do evil deeds. حتى إذا حضر أحدهم الموت, when death comes to him or death is present to him. قال إني تبت الآن, he said, now indeed I now do tawbah. Tawbah is not for those who do tawbah at the end. When the death comes to his throat, you can't do tawbah then. وَيَوْمَ يَأْتِي بَعْدُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ لَا يَنْفَعُ نَفْسًا إِيمَانُهَا لَمْ تَكُنْ آمَنَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِ أو كسبت في إيمانها خيرا. And he's bringing another verse, وَيَوْمَ يَأْتِي بَعْدُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ. And the day when يَأْتِي بَعْدُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ, some of the signs. This is Anam 6:158. وَيَوْمَ يَأْتِي, the day when comes some of these signs of your Lord. So when the signs come, يَأْتِي بَعْدُ آيَاتِ رَبِّكَ لَا يَنْفَعُ نَفْسًا إِيمَانُهَا. No soul shall benefit with its belief. Iman will not benefit. When you see everything, when you see signs come to you, then, I mean, some miracles come and so on, nothing will benefit. لَمْ تَكُنْ آمَنَتْ مِنْ قَبْلِ. Which did not, which will not serve from its faith as long as it did not believe before. In qabl. So if you are already a Muslim, alhamdulillah, but after seeing the miracles, I mean, there's no point in it. أو كسبت في إيمانها خيرا, or had earned through its faith some good, some good. I mean, after seeing signs and that the river and all that, there's no point in being فقيل له الآن وقد عصيت قبل وكنت من المفسدين. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to him, الآن, now, وقد عصيت قبل, and before you used to disobey before, وكنت من المفسدين, and you were from the corruptors. أفسد يفسد مفسد. ومات فرعون في البحر غرقا. And Firawn died in the sea, drowned. So Firawn died in the sea. End of Firawn. مات الجبار الذي قتل ألوفا من الأطفال والرجال ذبحا وخنقا. خنقا. مات الجبار, the arrogant one, died. الذي قتل ألوفا, who killed thousands. من الأطفال, from the children. والرجال ذبحا, slaughtering them. وخنقا, I don't know what is خنقا. Throttling, choking them. خنق. Asphyxiating them, strangulating them. مات الطاغية الذي, طاغية is used for male also, طاغية, the transgressor, طاغية. الذي قتل ألوف آلاف صبرا وشنقا. And the transgressor died who killed thousands and thousands, ألوف آلاف, thousands of thousands, صبرا, patiently. He kept on killing patiently, I guess. And shanqan, strangling them. Yeah, patiently and strangling them. shanqan. مات ملك المصر بعيدا عن عرشه بعيدا عن قصره بعيدا عن سلطانه لا طبيب يداويه ولا صديق يواسيه ولا عين تبكيه. The king died, the king of Egypt died far from his arsh, from his throne, بعيدا عن قصره, far from his palace, بعيدا عن سلطانه, far from his kingdom. لا طبيب يداويه, داوى يداوي, no doctor can treat him. ولا صديق يواسيه, واسى يواسي, no friend can console him. واسى يواسي, console him. ولا عين تبكي, and no eye can cry for him. بكى يبكي تبكي. Because Ain is female, no? Body parts which are dual are female. وَكَانَ بَنُو إِسْرَائِيلَ فِي شَكٍّ عَنْ مَوْتِهِ يَقُولُونَ إِنَّ فِرْعَوْنَ لَا يَمُوتُ. And Banu Israel were in doubt about his death and said, indeed, Firawn does not die. Right? أَمَّا كُنَّا نَرَاهُ يَقْضِي أَيَّامًا وَلَا يَأْكُلُ وَلَا يَشْرَبُ. Have we not seen him يَقْضِي أَيَّامًا, past days, and he used to not eat and not drink? I mean, Banu Israel saying they will not die. وَقَذَفَ الْبَحْرُ جُثَّتَهُ فَأَيْقَنُوا بِمَوْتِهِ. But the qadhafa is to swallow, shoot. Oh, so threw up. So the sea threw his body, juthatun, his corpse, فَأَيْقَنُوا, so they become certain of his death. So the river, it threw up his body, and they were, had yaqeen about the dead. وَقَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى لِفِرْعَوْنَ فَالْيَوْمَ نُنَجِّيكَ بِبَدَنِكَ لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ آيَةً. Today we will save your body. Naji will save your body or save you through your body. That is, save your body. لِتَكُونَ لِمَنْ خَلْفَكَ, so that you become a sign for those who come before you. وَكَانَ جُثَّةُ فِرْعَوْنَ آيَةً لِلنَّاظِرِينَ وَعِبْرَةً لِلْمُعْتَبِرِينَ. And the body of corpse of Firawn Jutha is a sign for the ones onlookers, Nadir, وَعِبْرَةً, and a lesson for the mu'tabirin, one who take lesson. اعتبر فاعتبروا, who seek counts, who seek lesson. وغرق جند فرعون عن آخره وما نجا منهم أحد. And the army of the Firawn drowned from its end, at the end of it. That is, everyone drowned. وما نجا منهم أحد. Nobody was saved from it. Nobody was saved from it. وخلفوا مصر وراءهم ولم يجدوا في أرضها الواسعة ذراعا لمدفن وخلفوا مصر, and they left behind, خلف يخلفوا, left behind Egypt, وراءهم, behind them. So they were there, so Egypt was behind them. ولم يجدوا في أرضها, and they did not find in أرضها الواسعة, in the broad land, ذراعا, a spans, what do you say, ذراع is a handspan, ذراعا, a handspan of land, للمدفن, for spindle, لمدفن, for a place of دفن يدفن, اسمه مكان, for a place of burial. So you did not get any place in the earth for burial, also for grave. كم تركوا من جنات وعيون وزروع ومقام كريم ونعمة كانوا فيها فاكهين كذلك وأورثناها قوما آخرين. كم تركوا, how many they left, من جنات وعيون. And this is in Dukhan 44:25. كم تركوا من جنات وعيون, how much they left of gardens and springs, وزروع, and cornfields and crops fields, ومقام كريم, and noble places, ونعمة, and pleasant things, كانوا فيها فاكهين, which they used to take delight in. كذلك وأورثناها قوما آخرين. Thus we made it an inheritance for other people. فما بكت عليهم السماء والأرض وما كانوا منظرين. And فما, the sky did not cry for them, nor the earth, and they were not from those who were given respite. أنذر ينذر منذرين, اسم المفعول, في البرية, in the land. So they're now in the wilderness. So Banu Israel from Egypt, they went to the sea, and now they are in the wilderness. وصل بنو إسرائيل إلى البر. Banu Israel reached the land, the countryside, الأمن, بر الأمن والسلام, وتنفسوا في هوائه كالأحرار الأشراف. Banu Israel reached to a land of peace and security. Peace and amn, security or peace. وتنفسوا, and they breathed في هوائه, in its air, كالأحرار, like free people, al-ashrafi, honored free people. Ashraf, Sharif Ashraf. هنالك لا يخافون فرعون. Now finally Banu Israel were free, right? So هنالك لا يخافون فرعون ولا يخافون هامان ولا يخافون شرطته. There they were not fearing Firawn, and they were not fearing Haman, and not fearing its police, his army guys. هنالك يمشون آمنين مطمئنين لا يخشون أحدا إلا الله. There they were walking peacefully, مطمئنين, content. لا يخشون أحدا, they used to not fear anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ولكنهم كانوا أهل الحضر وكانت الشمس تؤذيهم في البرية. But these people were the people of civilization, right? They were Egyptian civilization, people of cities. They were not like countryside, like the Sahaba Baddu. Bedouin Sahabas and so on. There were people who were of the Hadar civilization and cities. So what happened was they were not used to um, this thing, the sun. وَكَانَتِ الشَّمْسُ and the sun was, yeah, Hadar is a civilized region with towns and villages and settled population. And the sun was تُؤْذِيهِمْ, was harming them fil badiya, in the countryside. In the countryside, so the sun was harming him. وَكَانُوا ضُيُوفَ اللَّهِ, and they were the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they were saved, right? أَلَمْ تَرَ إِلَى الْمُلُوكِ كَيْفَ يُكْرِمُونَ ضُيُوفَهُم. Have you not seen the kings, how he honors their guests, right? Allah's guests these are, because they are going to uh, Baitul Maqdis. وَكَيْفَ يَضْرِبُونَ لَهُمُ الْخِيَامَ تَقِيهِمْ حَرَّ الشَّمْسِ. And how the kings, they hit for them, that is, they build for them or strike for them al-khiyama. So when the tents, you put nails, right? So they're like hitting the nails, so they're called yadribuna lahum al-khiyam. Khayma, khiyam, tents, you put nails here. So this yadribuna is used. And how they strike for them, that means they build for them tents. Taqihim, waqa yaqi, to save them. Harra shams, the heat of the sun. Harra shams. Inna karamatullahi fawqa kulli karama. Indeed, the nobleness or the charity, generosity of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, fawqa kulli karama, is above every generosity. Karam means generosity, nobility, but I think it's here generosity. Wa amara Allahu al-ghamama an yudhillahum. Now, because these people, the sun was very hot, right? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the clouds, ghamam, and yudhillahum, to shade them. Adalla yudhillu, to shade them. Ghamam, clouds. Ghuyum, ghamam, clouds, yeah. فَكَانَ يَمْشُونَ فِي ظِلِّ الْغَمَامِ, and they used to walk in the shade, subhanallah. So these people got the clouds also to shade them. Ghamam is clouds, and the plural is ghamaim, a lot of clouds. Ghamaim. So these people used to walk in the shade of the clouds. So subhanAllah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala provided the shade also. I mean, okay, the sun is hurting you, fine, we'll give you the shade. ظِلِّ الْغَمَامِ وَكَانَ الْغَمَامُ يَسِيرُ مَعَهُم. And the clouds were not for one place, it used to move. سَارَ يَسِيرُ مَعَهُم, with them, حَيْثُ سَارُوا, wherever they used to move. وَيَقِفُوا أَيْنَمَا وَقَفُوا, and it's just you stand wherever they're standing. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them the clouds also to cover them from the sun. وعطش بنو إسرائيل ولا ماء في البرية ولا نهر ولا بئر. And Banu Israel were thirsty, and there was no water in the countryside, in the land. ولا نهر, and no river, no well. ولا بئر, no well. ذهبوا إلى موسى, they went to Musa. يشكون إليه العطش كما يشكو الطفل إلى أمه يستغيثها. The Banu Israel went to Musa alayhi salam, yashkuna ilayhi al-atash, complaining to him thirst, kama yashku tiflu, like a child goes to his mother, ويستغيثها, and asks her help. So like a child, they went to Musa alayhi salam, we want water. وَدَعَى مُوسَى رَبَّهُ. So Musa alayhi salam called to his Lord. وَمَنْ لَهُ غَيْرُهُ, and who else will he call? Who is for him apart from him? So Musa alayhi salam called to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَقَالَ اضْرِبْ بِعَصَاكَ الْحَجَرَ. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, hit with your stick al-hajar. So first, the stick was hit and the river parted, right? And the sea parted. Now again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asking to hit the stone. فَانْفَجَرَتْ مِنْهُ اثْنَتَ عَشَرَةَ عَيْنًا قَدْ عَلِمَ كُلُّ أُنَاسٍ مَشْرَبَهُمْ. فَانْفَجَرَتْ, so sprouted, sprouted from it 12, اثْنَتَ عَشَرَةَ, 12 springs. عَيْنًا قد علم كل أناس مشربهم, and every person, كل أناس يعني every tribe, every group knew its drinking place, mashrabahum. So 12. So because tribes would fight or whatever, there was not one river. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave 12 springs of water. 12 springs of water. So everyone will know its watering phrase. So from one stone, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 11 and 12. So from one stone, Musa Islam, 12 springs were started. Mashrabahum. So everyone should not know fighting and all that. وَجَاعَ بَنُو إِسْرَائِيلَ. Again, Banu Israel, after drinking water, they became hungry. جَاءَ فَشَكَوْا إِلَى مُوسَى الْجُوعَ. So they complained to Musa about the hunger. Like, we are hungry. كَمَا يَشْكُ الطِّفْلُ إِلَى أُمِّهِ وَيَسْتَغِيثُهَا. Like a child complains to his mother and يَسْتَغِيثُهَا, and ask for help. استغاثة is to seek help. وقالوا إنك أخرجتنا من مصر أرض الفواكه والثمرات وأرض الخيرات والطيبات فمن لنا بطعام في هذه البرية. They started blaming Musa, and they said, إنك أخرجتنا من مصر. Indeed, you have brought us out from Egypt. أرض الفواكه, the land of Egypt was a land of fruits, and فواكه, fruits, and again ثمرات is also fruits. Thamarat, fruits and fruits. How do you say fruits and, yeah, fruits. Ardil Khairat, and the land of Khairat, and the land of good things, what tayyibat, and pure things. Faman lana, for who is for us with food, lana bita'amin fi hadhihi al-badiyya, in this land, in this countryside. So who will bring us food now? I mean, they forgot all the punishments of Firawn and all that. They just remember, oh, Egypt, there was a lot of food. So now who will give us food? Da'a Musa Rabbah. Musa called to his Lord. وَمَنْ لَهُ غَيْرُ, and who is for him other than him? فَأَنزَلَ عَلَيْهِمُ التَّعَبَ. So Allah revealed for them food. Allah brought down for them food. أنزل لهم على أوراق الأشجار مثل الحلوى وأرسل إليهم طيرا يأخذونه من الأشجار بسهولة. Allah sent down أوراق الأشجار, leaves of the tree, مثل الحلوى, like halwa, like sweet. وأرسل إليهم طيرا, and sent birds to them, يأخذونه, so that they can take it, من الأشجار, from the trees, بسهولة, easily. And that is man was salwa. ذلك المن والسلوى, and that is man was salwa, ضيافة الله لبني إسرائيل في البرية. So something sweet was there, and there was a bird, meat, birds, man, and that was man and salwa. Man is the sweet, I guess, and the bird is salwa. And ذلك هو المن والسلوى. ضيافة الله, the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is the serving of the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the serving, yeah, li Bani Israel, for Bani Israel, in the countryside. Kufranu Bani Israel. Now Bani Israel, again, they went back. Now after seeing all these things, right, after seeing the signs which are sent to Firawn, and then how he was drowned, and the cloud, water, they got food. After seeing all this, they should have been thankful, right? But no, they were not thankful. They were kufran, thankless. They were thankless. Bani Israel, the rejection of Banu Israel. ولكن بني إسرائيل قد أفسد ذوقهم وخلقهم العبودية الطويلة. But Banu Israel, their afsada ذوق, their temperament, the taste, taste, you could say. The taste, وخلقهم, and the character was spoiled by al-ubudiyyah tawilatu, long slavery. Because of long slavery, their taste and their character was spoiled. They were slaves. وكانوا لا يقرون على شيء وكانوا لا يسكنون إلى شيء وكانوا في طباعهم أطفالا. وكان لا يقرون على شيء, and they should not admit on anything. يقرون عدم التوس. Yeah. Admit on anything. They were not accepting anything. وكانوا لا يسكنون إلى شيء. They should not be peace or live to one place, one thing. وكانوا في طباعهم, and in the nature they were like kids. So they were always restless, and they were not content at all. طباع, طبيعة, طباع. The character, طباع is character. The nature, they were like kids. وكانوا خليل التشكر. وكانوا خليل التشكر وكثير التشكي سريع سامة يحبون ما منعوا ويكرهون ما أعطوا. And there were قليلون, قليلين, قليلي, little in thanking. In كثيرون, this noon is dropped, I guess. قليلون, it was خليلين. So because of كانوا, this is the khabar of kana. So they were plural. خليلين, قليلون became خليلين, and because it became mudaf, you drop the noon. خليلي, خليلية التشكر, خليلية التشكر. Very little. They were all very little in thankfulness. تشكر, form 5. كثيري التشكي, and a lot in complaining. تشكو. سريع السامة, and quick in سامة. In toxic, poisonous, sam is samati. To being toxic, I guess. Baneful, pestilent. يحبون ما منعوا, and they love what they were prevented from. ويكرهون ما عطوا, and dislike what they were given. وَلَمْ يَلْبَثُوا خَلِيلًا, and they should not remain for a little while. أَنْ قَالُوا لِمُوسَى, and they did not remain for a little while, that they said to Musa, قَدْ سَئِمْنَا هَذَا الطَّعَامَ الْوَاحِدِ, we become bored from this one food. So these guys became bored from man وَالسَّلْوَى. وَقَدْ سَئِمْنَا هَذَا اللَّحْمَ وَهَذِهِ الْحَلْوَى, and we have become bored from this, tired of this meat and this sweet. So no, we don't want man salwa. وَقَدْ اشْتَهَيْنَا الْخُضَرَ وَالْبُقُولَ, we want green vegetables, and bukul is green vegetables again. Green vegetables and vegetation. Baql. Bukul. Khudara is green vegetables. Bukul. Bukul also vegetables, yeah. Leguminous plants. We want vegetation and plants. Ya Musa. They said, لَن نَصْبِرَ عَلَى واحد. After they got food, they should have been thankful, right? I mean, they stayed for a little while and said, oh Musa, لَن نَصْبِرَ, we will never have patience on one food. لَن نَصْبِرَ عَلَى طَعَامٍ واحد. So this is Baqarah 261. لَن نَصْبِرَ عَلَى طَعَامٍ واحد فَادْعُ لَنَا رَبَّكَ. So call to your Lord. Now, they've seen Musa calling to his Lord all the time. So they're now itself, they're telling, okay, call to your Lord, go. يُخْرِجْ لَنَا مِمَّا تُنْبِتُ الْأَرْضِ. So he will bring forth, remove from the earth, مِمَّا تُنْبِتُ الْأَرْضِ, what the earth grows. What grows of the earth? مِمْ بَقْلِهَا, from its herbs. Baql, herbs or trees, vegetations. وَقِثَّائِهَا, من بقلها, بقل بقول, and قثائها is cucumbers. So they want cucumbers also. وفومها, fum is garlic. Oh, they want garlic, right? So they like cucumbers and garlic. فومها وعدسية, and lentils. They want dal, lentils. وبصلها, and onions. So they want onions, they want garlic, they want dal, and cucumbers, and herbs, and green vegetables, baql. All these things. So they're wanting, vegetation. Baql. legumes, yeah, vegetable beans and all those. تعجب موسى من هذا السؤال الغريب وقال بصوت فيه الإنكار وفيه الاستعجاب وفيه العتاب. Musa alayhi salam was amazed from this question, strange question. I mean, you are in a land, and yeah, you are in a land. There's water for you. There's food coming down for you. There are clouds which are coming. You've got so much, and you've got so much, and still you're like, we want more. We want more. Uh, Out of all these things, clouds are there. You're getting so much, yeah, because you're on a land which is not like permanent that you have to be there. But Musa Islam was amazed from this strange question. وَقَالَ بِصَوْتٍ, and he said with a voice, فِيهِ الْإِنكار, there's rejection, وَفِيهِ الْإِسْتِعْجَاب, and amazement, وَفِيهِ الْعِتَاب, and reproachment, there's reproachment in it. أَتَسْتَبْدِلُونَ الَّذِي هُوَ أَدْنَى بِالَّذِي هُوَ خَيْرٌ. I mean, are you changing? Would you exchange? Istabdala istabli. Would you exchange? Alladhi huwa adna, with which, that which is inferior. Billadhi huwa khayr, for that which is good. So you have something good here, right? You'll exchange this for the bad. How's this? Would you exchange for what is better for what is less? Because in English you have to bring the better first and then worst. Would you exchange a car for a cycle? So you'll better thing, bad thing. But in Arabic, أتستبدلون الذي هو أدنى بالذي هو I think both are allowed because of the ba, because of the ba. So would you exchange the bad thing? That means would you exchange the good thing for the bad? That means would you take the bad thing and would you give away the good thing? Okay. You might be confused, like, would you exchange the bad thing for the good? No. Would you exchange the good thing for the bad? You need to translate reverse. بخولا وخضر مكان طيور وحلوى لم تمسها يد إنسان. بخولا, herbs and trees and vegetables. What? You want all these vegetarian diet? مكان طيور, in place of birds, which is meat, وحلوى, and sweet. لم تمسها بيد إنسان, which no hand of human beings has touched it. Massa yamassu. I mean, it's coming directly from the heaven. It's coming directly from the heaven. I mean, what do you want? أطعام الفلاحين بدل طعام الملوك. The food of farmers instead of food of the kings. Eh? You want food of the farmers and food of the kings. Ya la fasad al-dhawq. What a corruption of the taste. Ya la su'il ikhtiyar. What a bad choice. What a bad choice. So such a bad choice you have. ولكن بني إسرائيل لم يتنازلوا عن سؤالهم. They did not descend, but Banu Israel, they did not, okay, fine, like we won't ask this question. Yeah, I mean, no, they did not. They were persistent in their question. لم يتنازلوا, they did not come down from their question. ولم يزالوا يطلبون, and they kept on. لم يزالوا, زال يزالوا, with negation means kept on يطلبون, seeking vegetables and herbs. They kept on seeking all these things, vegetable herbs, green herbs. فقال موسى إنما سألتم يوجد في كل قرية ومصر. Musa Islam said, whatever you ask is found in every village and city. Right? In every village and city. Misr here means city, I guess. In every village and city. اهبطوا مصر فإن لكم ما سألتم. So this doesn't mean Egypt, huh? This means Medina. اهبطوا مصر, go down. هبط يهبط, to descend. Go down in a city. فإن لكم ما سألتم. So you will find everything what you ask. So go into a city, like we're on a journey, right? I mean, if you want, just go into some village or city you'll find all these herbs and khudar and garlic and basal, fumiha, wa adasi and lentils. Ainadu Bani Israel. Ainadu Bani Israel. Inshallah, we will do this in the next class. Like what happened after they were asked to go into a city. Mm. Okay, go into a city, you'll find all these things. So what happened? So Ainad, their stubbornness, and they don't want to do any work now, and they become spoiled, Banu Israel. So they started troubling Musa alayhi salam a lot. So this is our story after Firawn now, because there's a long story after Firawn also of Musa alayhi salam. So the story doesn't end. Okay, Musa died, they lived happily ever after. No. Mm, After Banu Israel, what happened? This will everything and of Musa alayhi salam's story. He goes and they start worshipping a calf again. Right? Imagine after seeing all these things, they start doing shirk again. Now the Billah Shaitan is very easy for him to um, you know misguide people. So barakallahu feekum, jazakallahu khairan, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.